Hello, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about a critical aspect of aging, and I want to challenge a belief that many of us hold, often without even realizing it. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of what it means to grow older, specifically concerning health and happiness. What is this misconception? It's the idea that as people enter their senior years, their 60s, 70s, and beyond, what they primarily want and need is rest. We imagine that the ideal state for an older person is a quiet life, free from demands, challenges, and intense stimulation. We picture a rocking chair on a porch, a peaceful disengagement from the hustle and bustle of the world. And while rest is certainly important, we assume it's the most important thing. We assume the desire for engagement simply fades away. But what if that's completely wrong? What if we've been looking at senior health through the wrong lens entirely? Neuroscience and psychology are now painting a very different and, frankly, a much more exciting picture. The latest research tells us the exact opposite of our common assumption. As the human brain ages, certain needs don't diminish. They become more critical than ever before. Three things, in particular, become paramount for mental and physical well-being: emotional connection, deep conversation, and the feeling of being useful. Let's break that down. First, emotional connection. Studies consistently show that as people move past the age of 60, their social priorities shift dramatically. The desire for a large network of casual friends and acquaintances decreases. What replaces it is a powerful need for a smaller circle of deep, meaningful, and authentic connections. It's no longer about quantity. It's about quality. It's about having people in your life with whom you can share your true self, your fears, and your joys without pretense. Second, deep conversation and mental engagement. The brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. The act of learning something new, engaging in a thoughtful debate, creating something with your hands, or simply having a conversation that goes beyond superficial small talk is a powerful workout for the brain. This kind of mental engagement is one of our best defenses against cognitive decline, memory loss, and even the onset of depression. It keeps neural pathways strong and resilient. And third, the feeling of being useful, of having a purpose. After a lifetime of building a career, raising a family, and contributing to society, the sudden absence of a defined role can be jarring. Feeling needed, valued, and that your experience matters is not a luxury. It's a core human need. This is why people who volunteer, mentor younger generations, or share their skills often report much higher levels of life satisfaction. The biological evidence for this is fascinating. When we experience emotional closeness and authentic connection, our brain releases a powerful hormone called oxytocin. We often call it the bonding hormone, but its benefits go far beyond just feeling good. Oxytocin is proven to support heart health by lowering blood pressure. It reduces stress by decreasing cortisol levels, and incredibly, it can even act as a natural analgesic, reducing the sensation of physical pain. Think about that. A deep, heartfelt conversation with a loved one can literally be good for your heart and ease your aches and pains. In fact, many sociologists and psychologists find that people in their 60s and 70s often report a deeper sense of satisfaction and contentment from their authentic relationships than they ever experienced in their 30s. The pressures of career building and the chaos of a young family are often in the rearview mirror, leaving space for a more profound appreciation of what truly matters. So, this brings us to the most important question. If you are over 60, or if you love someone who is, how do you actively cultivate this environment of engagement? How do we put this science into practice? Here are some concrete ideas. If you are 60 plus, take the initiative. Don't wait for engagement to come to you. Become a mentor. You have a lifetime of experience. Share it. Offer guidance to a younger person in your former field, or simply be a source of wisdom in your family or community. Embrace lifelong learning. Never decide you are done learning. Sign up for an online course on a topic you've always been curious about. Learn a new language or a musical instrument. Watch documentaries and discuss them with friends. Share your story. Your life is a library of unique experiences. Start writing them down, record them, tell your stories to your children and grandchildren. Your history is their legacy. Initiate deeper conversations. When you talk to your friends and family, gently steer the conversation away from just the daily updates. Ask them what they're passionate about, what they're worried about. Share your own deeper thoughts. Volunteer. Find a cause you believe in and give your time. The feeling of contributing to something larger than yourself is an incredibly powerful psychological anchor. And if you have a parent, a grandparent, or an older friend in your life, you have a vital role to play. Ask for their advice. Don't just handle your problems alone. Ask for their opinion on a challenge you're facing at work or in your life. This reinforces their value and wisdom. It shows them they are still needed. Be a real listener. Don't just call to check a box. When you ask, "How are you?" wait for the real answer. Ask follow-up questions. Ask them to tell you a story about their past. Create a space where they feel heard. Give a project, not just a gift. Instead of another sweater for their birthday, give them a project you can do together. It could be a genealogy project to trace the family tree, a recipe book to fill with family secrets, or a series of interviews to create a life story. Don't assume. They're too tired. Invite them out. Invite them to be a part of your plans. The worst they can say is no, but the act of being invited, of being included, is itself a powerful affirmation. The greatest mistake we can make is to underestimate the senior mind and the senior spirit. Aging is not a passive process of shutting down. It should be an active process of deepening, of refining, and of engaging with life on a more meaningful level. The desire for connection, for purpose, and for growth doesn't fade with age. It intensifies. Let's start acting like it. Thank you.